How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's Paul Harrison here. I hope you're all exceedingly well. Just a quick video. As you may see, this is what I wanted to talk quite quickly about was really three of the biggest critical errors I see complete beginners making with regards to their trading. So over the last few years, I've trained thousands of traders across Europe, complete beginners up to intermediate and then on to advanced level traders as well. And I see a lot of the same errors coming up time and time again. So if I thought if I can identify them for you, you can see if that's relevant to your trading. And if so, you can make some changes to get to a level of success that you're after. So very, very quickly, here we go. The first critical error I see when people start learning to trade is they want to learn the super advanced stuff before they've got their basics. If you don't have your basic foundation with regards to your trading, it's going to be exceptionally difficult to become successful. Okay, I see complete beginners reading books on advanced indicators before they understand things like support or resistance or price action or trend following or what have you. So they're not identifying the beginner stuff they need to do. Now, like any success that you have, solid success is only built on a solid foundation. So you need to get your basics right first. Leave the rock and roll sexy stuff for later on as you develop, as you evolve, as you really start learning to tweak your trading goals moving forward. The second thing that I see, which is absolutely mind-blowing, okay, but I see it happening. I can't believe it happens, but it does, okay? And maybe because of, 11 years in the markets, maybe I've become a little bit sort of closed off to this, but I see people going into the markets without a proven strategy. People risking real money in the financial markets without a clearly defined, proven strategy. Okay? That is madness, absolute madness. Because the thing is, if you're going into the markets, and please hear me on this, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going into the markets without a trading strategy, you are totally at the whim of the markets and of your own emotions. Trading is emotional enough. I'm sure you've heard trading is 80% trading psychology and emotion and all of that stuff. But if you have a step-by-step procedure clearly defined that you can almost tick off, every single step, then you stand a much better chance of being successful and, in the short term, and that will lead obviously on to more success in the longer term as well. But you've got to have a strategy. If you're trading with your gut, the markets are not going to be a happy place for you. And then thirdly, well, the biggest challenge I see is people giving up real early. Okay, now the thing is, of course, a lot of people, when they get into the markets, they have fear of losing money, which is perfectly understandable because us as human beings, we're closely connected to fear and greed, and money's a big part of that as well. But when I see people commit to it, they commit to learning to trade and they go for it, and then maybe they have 5 or 6 losses that go their way, they're put off very, very easily. Okay, very quickly they can be put off because, it's not a nice feeling when you're making mistakes and stuff like that. You learn everything in theory, but then the application you start to have a little bit of a battle with. And, this to me is a massive shame because honestly, trading is one of the most rewarding skill sets that you could ever develop. Okay, firstly, obviously from the income point of view, it's something you can do for the rest of your life. You don't have to go out and do any heavy lifting or anything like that. But secondly, the way that it forms your mind to what is open to so many other things as well. And it breaks my heart when I see people giving up. And there's a lot of reasons for why people give up, and I can talk about those I could give a whole workshop about that. But people are worried that if they make mistakes, then, it's not going to be good and stuff like that. You're going to make mistakes. You really, really are. But it's how committed are you to getting to being a level of being successful with your trading? That's the question. And the thing is, the only time you fail with your trading is when you give up. You will have trades go against you. You will make mistakes, particularly in the early days. But if you've got a good foundation, if you've got a good strategy that works, that that you can define well, then it's going to be a whole lot easier. And to give up, to me anyway, I mean, if I commit to something and I have to get the outcome I'm after, I have to get the outcome. And that kind of bullheadedness is something that, if I see that in my traders, that ability not to give up is absolutely beautiful. It really, really is. And it's something that is one of the key things to helping people become successful in the long term with their trading. So those are three crucial areas, ladies and gentlemen. There are a whole lot more. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm putting together a webinar for you on the critical trading errors that beginners make. This is really identified at people who are beginners into the market. They are maybe considering learning to trade the markets, or maybe they're just getting started with their trading again. From 2018, it's going to be your trading year. This webinar is going to be on Valentine's Day. Yes, you heard it right. Valentine's Day, 14th of February from 8 till 9 p.m. GMT. Okay, Greenwich Mean Time. I'm going to be taking this personally myself, and I will go through all of the critical trading errors that we see from complete beginners when they're learning to trade. Now, the thing is, we've identified just 3 of these, but any of these errors, if you're making any of these errors, your chances of success are going to be it's going to be very difficult to become successful. So the best thing really to do is identify where these challenges lie and be able to make those changes as well. So get to know what these critical errors are, and being able to, be aware of those and then manage those as well, is what I'm going to be covering. So there's also going to be a Q&A at the end. If you have any questions about any of the material I've shared on the webinar, or any questions you have about trading, trade development, anything like that, then I will answer those questions for you as well. So that is February the 14th, 8 till 9 p.m. GMT time, with myself, Paul Harrison. And we're going to go through all the errors. We're going to sort it all out, get a real insight as to what you're doing with your trading, and how we can make improvements moving forward. So there'll be a link where you can register somewhere in this email. So click on the link, register. There is limited seating. Get on there, be engaged, and let's really make 2018 the best year for your trading moving forward. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on the webinar. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.